You know, it's a strange world out there. On one hand, you have a president's words making markets tremble, and on the other, you have a single line of code that can change everything in a split second. These two forces, they're clashing, and it's creating this massive, confusing maze for all of us. So in this explainer, we're going to try and find a way through it together.
I mean, you've heard this story a million times, right? A world leader says something about a war or maybe a resource, and bam, the global markets just freak out. This is the traditional world of finance. It's where powerful people say powerful things, and that can change the price of something as real as a barrel of oil.
But while all that is happening, something else is going on. A completely different force is at work. You can literally get a package to your front door in less than an hour. Now, this has nothing to do with a political speech. It's all about an automated system, a piece of technology that just runs on a totally different clock.
And look, it's not just about getting your stuff faster. The very idea of money is changing right before our eyes. PayPal just flips a switch, and suddenly a new kind of digital money, a stablecoin, is available all over the world, instantly. There was no big treaty, no summit meeting, it was just code.
And then you see a number like this, $450 million. That's an insane amount of money that moved hands in the digital world in just 24 hours. It's so big you can barely wrap your head around it, and it kind of screams two things: incredible opportunity and incredible risk.
So, let's step back. We've got presidential statements, one-hour deliveries, digital money popping up everywhere, and hundreds of millions of dollars just evaporating in a day. How on earth does any of this fit together? Well, that's the big question we're going to tackle right now.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll look at that traditional geopolitical economy. Then we'll dive headfirst into the new digital gold rush. After that, we'll see what happens when these two worlds collide. And most importantly, we'll figure out what all this means for the money in your wallet.
So let's kick things off with part one, the geopolitical economy. This is the world you're probably used to seeing on the news, where the markets seem to hang on every single word from powerful leaders.
Let's go right back to that first example. Think about it. That one sentence has enough power to move traders, change corporate plans, maybe even affect entire national budgets. It's all based on predicting a huge political event, the end of a war, and how that would affect a physical thing, oil. That is top-down influence, clear as day.
And this is a perfect example of something called top-down economics. Basically, it's a system where all the big levers are pulled by just a few players. Governments, central banks. They set the rules, they set the tone, and everybody else just has to react. This has been the way of the world for centuries.
Okay, now for part two. Let's completely flip the script and talk about the digital gold rush. This is a world that isn't built on policy papers or speeches, it's built on lines of code.
Remember that one-hour delivery? That's not happening because someone at the top made a grand declaration. No, it's a decentralized network. Local hubs and fancy algorithms all working together perfectly. The power isn't at the top, it's spread out across the whole system, and that's what creates that incredible speed.
And that exact same idea of a spread-out network, it applies directly to money now. When PayPal turned on stablecoins in 70 countries, it wasn't some slow negotiation country by country. It was one tech platform rolling out an update to its global network. And just like that, millions of people had new ways to use their money.
This new world is creating incredible value, almost out of thin air. You see something like Bitcoin hitting $75,000, and the odds are saying it could go even higher. The potential for a huge reward is absolutely massive, and it all moves at the speed of information. But, and this is a really big but, that speed cuts both ways. Let's go back to that scary $450 million number. That's how much money was lost in a single day by people who bet the price would go down. It's a pretty brutal reminder that in this new world, fortunes can be lost just as fast as they're made.
So this brings us to the main event, the whole point of this explainer. These two massively powerful systems, old money and new code, they're not just running in parallel anymore. Oh no, they are on a collision course.
I mean, the difference is just night and day. The old guard moves in days or weeks, it's controlled by governments, and it's all about physical stuff like oil. The new guard, it moves in seconds, it's controlled by networks, and it's all about digital coins. They are just fundamentally different.
Okay, for our last section, let's bring it all home. This isn't just some abstract debate for economists. This collision is happening right now. And believe me, it has everything to do with the future of what's in your wallet.
So what's the bottom line here? First, you gotta understand you're living in a really unique time where two completely different financial systems are fighting it out. The old, top-down world isn't dead, but this new, fast, decentralized world is getting stronger every single day. Second, because of that, our whole idea of value is changing. It's not just about physical stuff anymore. It's about speed and access. Third, always remember the trade-off. The new system has incredible rewards, but the risk is just as high. And finally, and this is so important, you're not just watching from the sidelines. Every time you use a payment app, buy something online, or decide where to put your savings, you are right in the middle of this historic shift.
And so, that's where we're left. In a world where old money is smashing into new code, where top-down control is facing off against decentralized networks, the financial rulebook is being totally rewritten. The only real question left is, where will you place your bets?